Hello and welcome to Undercurrent, Western Australia's current affairs program. I'm your host, Lucy Nichol. You may have heard this week that Prince Charles visited Western Australia. However, you may not have heard that the Australian Federal Police served move-on orders to an Australian political party, the Citizens Electoral Council. Melissa Gurney has the full story.
Welcome, Jean. Now, I understand that something quite disturbing happened at the Albany Agricultural Show.
It certainly did. I'm the State Secretary of the Citizens Electoral Council, which is actually a federally registered political party in Australia and has been for 27 years. And part of our organising and educating the public is we actually go to as many shows and field days as we can in WA. And we've actually been at the Albany Show. This is the third consecutive year.
So was the Royal Highness Charles and Camilla visiting that day?
We're just given the marching orders. We're actually given an hour and 15 minutes to pack up our stand and leave town. And the criteria of the Move On Act was we needed to be 25 kilometres out of Albany and not to come back within that zone for 24 hours.
This incident was recently reported on in depth during the Citizens Electoral Council's weekly broadcast program, the CEC Report.
On today's show, we want to talk a little bit about what happened within hours of the Paris attack in Albany, Western Australia, where the Albany show was going on, and our activists over in Western Australia, as they do every year for countless years, have a stall there.
Which we've been invited to, Elisa, for the last 3 years. So
we do this regularly, and we'd spent a full day organising on the Friday and attracting a lot of attention, getting a lot of good discussions with people about what's going on in the world. But what happened on Saturday morning, before our organisers rolled up to the stall for the day, was that they received a call.
I got a call from the secretary of the show the evening before on the Friday night saying that he confiscated our signs because they were inappropriate. And then next morning I got a call from the West Australian State Police in Albany saying, when you're going to be at the show, we need to talk to you. And of course, when we got there, there was 5 police and 1 federal agent and 3 security guards at our stand. The secretary of the show said, we are asking you to leave today, we don't want you here. Your signs are too controversial, that's the only reason giving. And even though we've had those signs at every show, all around the state for a year, so, that was no reason at all, of course. But we knew it was more than that, we knew it was actually political.
Obviously, this must have come from Prince Charles and his contingent. But what did you have to say about it, Craig, in the press release we issued?
Well, look, Lisa, the question immediately arises. We're in the same pavilion as the Labor and Liberal parties. Why wasn't this applied to them? Well, we know why it wasn't applied to them. It's because we have been the most vocal political opponents of Prince Charles and what he represents for many, many years. The police feigned that they didn't know us, they didn't know who we are, which is absolutely absurd. I mean, we've been a political party vigorously campaigning for 27 years in this country, and for us to be issued move-on orders, which are usually used to move on groups or people where the police think that there's some sort of violence going to happen, is absolutely an outrage.
Yes.
And it was raising many, many questions about exactly what are these anti-terrorism laws designed to do.
We are no physical threat, there's no two ways about that, but we are an absolute dire political threat to them and their agenda. And what you're really seeing here is what we've always said, which is that terrorism is used to bring down police state laws, but it's not to protect people from terrorism, it's to destroy, and it is destroying, freedom of speech, to actually challenge the sorts of things that we challenge, because we might create controversy wherever we go, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think Australians should wake up and actually realise that we're on the first stages of actually having a complete police state here in Australia, particularly because the population have become so gullible and so apathetic about politics, and you can't blame them in one degree because, the stature, the standard of politicians we have in this country is pretty dismal and pathetic. And it's the whole system, the whole Westminster parliamentary system has to go because it's not a democracy, it's actually, a dictatorship from the British Crown.
Melissa Gurney for Undercurrent.
The Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry recently held the Ospitalita Italiana Awards, which celebrate Italian food right here in Perth. Laura Novo had the pleasure of attending the Culinary Awards.
We are tonight at Maurizio's restaurant celebrating authentic Italian cuisine. Tonight it is a very special occasion because 3 Italian restaurants in Perth are going to be recognized with the seal of Ospitalita Italiana. Marco, could you please tell us what is the origin of this project Ospitalita Italiana?
The origin comes from probably 15 years ago in Italy. The institution decided to give create this seal, this quality seal, to award restaurant, hotel, and other touristic attraction in Italy for the benefit of the tourists, to recognize the quality around Italy.
What it is really is the recognition of the restaurants abroad, not in Italy, abroad, which they excel on the Italian cuisine. And that's what it is. That's the essence. We give a plate which they can put outside or inside the restaurant. So everybody that knows that emblem, like the Chaîne de Rôtissière or places like that, they know.
What is the process behind to get a seal by a restaurant?
Okay, you have to have a certain qualification. For instance, you have to have an X amount of people within the restaurant, within the premises that they speak Italian. Within the premises they will have Italian wine, a list of Italian wine. Use of the Italian produce that they can import it here in Australia, in our case. And so that is the basic things. And of course, there is quite a lot of competition among the various restaurants, which is fantastic from that point of view.
Simone and Amanda from La Sosta have been one of the 3 winners of the seal of quality of Ospitalita Italiana. How are you feeling, ladies?
We feel very proud, obviously, and we have working very hard to reach this result. So we are happy and very proud of the work we have done in these few years.
How long did it take you to get this seal, since you thought about it until you got it?
Well, it comes automatically because the passion for quality Italian food is instilled after 32 years in hospitality. And you know, we have also another company where Gusto Italia, we import direct and distribute, but we use mainly ourselves. All those beautiful Italian prosciuttos, San Daniele, the Parma, the Italian mortadellas, the Parmigiano, the Pecorino, the Gorgonzola, all the cheeses and so forth. And then, of course, we transform a lot of the Italian dishes here at Maurizio Restaurant with a great passion and consistency.
Congratulations, Giorgio, on your seal of Ospitalita Italiana. How are you feeling?
Very good. I've always seen this in other restaurants, and I've always thought, you know, one day it'll be on mine, and beautiful. This is my day. Yes.
So what is going to do Lo Zucchero to keep the quality standard of this seal?
Well, look, I think we're on the right path, and again, it's what the Italian government wants is people to keep the tradition. I'm all for it. My mum's the biggest passion about that, and she's brought us up that way, and that's the way I'll always be. And in actual fact, I'll even get better at it as well as time goes by.
Tell us, what can a customer expect from the restaurant which has been awarded with this seal?
It is fine cuisine. But having said that, the whole fine cuisine is the definition that vary, meaning depends which the service they're giving you, which can be, how shall I say, with the white gloves and things like that, and a bit less demanding restaurants, which that doesn't mean that the restaurant is not good. The food is fantastic. It's just a different kind of premises.
What has been the most challenging requirement to fulfill to get this seal for La Sosta?
Present something new, Italian, traditional, but new.
Fabio from Three Coins,
yes.
That's the restaurant. You won one of the seals of Ospitalita Italiana. How are you feeling?
I'm very happy. I'm very grateful to the Italian Chamber of Commerce More, I'm very grateful to Australia that gave me this opportunity. I would like to thank all my family because our business is a real family business.
What is the dish you are more proud of in your menu?
Look, I think pizzas is definitely my most proud possession.
We have a beautiful seafood dish. It's a sort of soup, very traditional.
One single word to describe Italian cuisine, what would it be?
Amazing.
Italian cuisine is fantasy.
Love.
I would say it's love.
The best in the world.
The buonissimo.
Laura Novo reporting for Undercurrent.
Despite the extremely high taxes on cigarettes, the Government of Australia is considering increasing the health insurance premiums for smokers. Our journalist Juanita took to the streets to see what the people of Perth have to say about this.
Health insurance prices for people of different age groups are different. So do you think that smokers and non-smokers should pay different prices as well?
I don't think so, do you?
Maybe, but then other people have other health risks as well, so depends what their health risks are, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, totally. You know, someone who smokes is at higher risk.
Don't really have any opinion. I don't have insurance.
Yeah, I think it should be, yeah.
The government has increased the price of cigarettes and say that the extra money will be used to fund the smokers' health in the future. So if they have to pay higher health insurance prices, where do you think this money went to?
I think that will really help for research. A terrible habit. It's all self-inflicted, so you know the government has to pay for, take care of these people. So I think it's a good idea to be able to put some money to increase the price of cigarettes.
I have no idea where the money went to. All I know is raising the price isn't really stopping people from smoking. It's just making people who smoke have less money.
Yeah, I think that the money that comes from the cigarettes is definitely not going to people for health insurance. Like they say it is, but it's just increasing the prices, But I don't smoke, so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah.
Do you think that by increasing the price of cigarettes, it will actually cause a decline in the number of people who smoke?
I think it will be a slight decline, but I don't think it'll decline that much.
Like I said, it's just going to make people who smoke have less money. It's not really going to stop them.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it makes a difference. I think if people want to smoke, they're going to smoke anyway. I think increasing the cost is only just making more money for the government.
By increasing the price of health insurance premiums for smokers, do you think that smokers will end up not taking any health insurances and lead to more problems in the future?
Yeah, I think that'll create a lot more people that smoke. It should be compulsory, that they should really take insurance.
More than likely, because people will, if they're going to be charged more for health insurance, they're not going to pay it, and then in the long run, it's not going to benefit them.
Now it's time for a short break to hear from our sponsors. We'll be back shortly with more Undercurrent. Last weekend was the 25th Pride Parade that they celebrated here in Northbridge, Western Australia. Did you know that in the 1990s it was illegal to have same-sex relations in Australia? We've come so far in just a few years, and last weekend everyone put on the glitz and glamour and colour and got out and celebrated.
This is going to be one of the biggest parades that we've seen. This is the 25th anniversary of the parade. Well, I'm here with Danny, who's come all the way from China to watch the Pride tonight. How are you feeling, Danny?
Oh, quite excited.
Excited? What are you looking forward to?
Actually, the fantastic people parade, and I think this is an awesome night.
Awesome night, fantastic. And can I just say, with a get-up like that, you should be in the parade tonight. Look at that glitter. Even gone the silver for the silver parade. You know that? It was a silver year? 25 years?
No.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Her friend, how are you going?
This is my fiance.
Oh, fantastic. There we go. Oh, the add-ons. Here we go. So I trust you're all for marriage equality then?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Hello, how you going?
Very well, thank you.
How are you enjoying the Pride Parade?
Absolutely loving it.
Now, so you're fantastic to have you here. You're an icon in Australia. Congratulations on your gold medals.
Thank you.
And more so, we're just going to keep moving. And more so, congratulations on your award-winning show.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I've been very lucky to not only do my 2 shows last night at Connections, but also to be in the parade. So this has been like the best weekend ever.
No problem. Well, thank you very much. And are we going to see you in the Olympics again?
That's the plan.
Now, how long have you been part of Pride for?
About 25 years.
Yeah, right from the very beginning.
Yes, that's right.
So how have you seen the community evolve since then?
The last couple of years went down, but this year's been really, really good.
Oh, fantastic.
You should talk to Nan and Neil behind me.
Your Majesty, how are you going tonight?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Now, I believe with Elizabeth Key that we've got in WA, you've also got a key tonight.
I have indeed. This is the key to everything. It's called equality.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we're certainly pushing for marriage equality.
Every equality.
Fantastic. Wonderful to have you here.
And
here's a highlight.
Connections.
Connections. Just 40 years Connections have been going for. 40 strong years.
And visually, the costumes, the impact of this is just beautiful.
Absolutely. Gee, wow, they've certainly taken a lot of effort, Look at a lot of red tonight for Connections with the silver, the sequins, the hot pants, all that we've really come to expect of Connies over the past 40 years, I have to say. And a lot of dancing, I have to say. Here we come, the dancing boys. I have to say, I'm loving this. I'm getting a lot of kisses at the moment.
You're getting a lot of kisses.
There we go. Wonderful. 40 years of Connections. Congratulations. There we go. I got a feather bowl put around me. It's very exciting. Oh, it's very tempting to take off with them, I have to say. Equal Opportunity Commission, fantastic. They're on. There we go. So much colour. Everyone wants to be part of the coverage tonight. It's fantastic. And it's a Court Hotel. Well, we talk about institutions. Yeah. There's not much more of an institution than the Court Hotel.
Something like a good beating of a drum.
Oh, there we go. Feel the rhythm. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to be your host of the 2015 Silver City Pride Parade.
Hello, I'm Jack Middleton. Is Christmas a charade? Well, Roman Catholic Pope Francis seems to think so.
His Holiness called this holiday season a charade in the aftermath of devastating terror attacks. Parties, bright trees, even nativity scenes, all decked out while the world continues to wage war.
Francis went so far as to say it was a charade and said the world had yet to grasp peace.
Yes, the Pope has one word for us, and no, it's not a book or the 1963 film starring Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. Now, Pope Francis does have a bit of a controversial reputation with the strict Catholic community, with his views on the Big Bang, gays and abortion, and dropping the Italian F-bomb during a papal service the other day. And here's a picture of him on the cover of Rolling Stone. Now, I think he's as cool as you can get while still remaining Pope. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the Catholic Church or even the commercialisation of Christmas. Instead, I'm going to read you some facts. Now, don't worry, these are just facts, and you can't get offended at facts. So Christmas is a sacred tradition and not a sacred text, which means we celebrate it because we always have done. In Rome, at the First Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, the first Christian emperor Constantine put forth to align Christian celebrations with pagan traditions, so that the large Roman population of pagans would join the Christian church. No, okay, stay with me. Saturnalia, which was a pagan holiday, honoured the god of seed and sowing, Saturnus. And this holiday lasted between the 17th of December and the 25th of December. and during which time all the Roman laws were relaxed, social order was inverted, and everyone just went around in togas and trashed the place. They would exchange presents, they would take trees into their homes and decorate them. Sounding familiar? They would also sacrifice children and infants to Saturnus, their god. A little less familiar, really. I'm sort of glad they got rid of that part. Many historical scriptures within the Bible contradict Jesus being born on year 0, such as Herod's death 4 years prior to that, which is quite important. It's only the tradition of Christmas which say he was born exactly 2,015 years ago. In fact, the Hebrew calendar is the year 5,776, and the Islamic calendar says it's 1,436. Marty, the DeLorean was going crazy. I have no idea where we are. 2015! The Holy Land of Israel is an important place for all three of these major monotheistic religions, and it is hard to believe in a holiday like Christmas when a place so sacred is constantly overrun with suffering and war and turmoil, when these religions are meant to be messages of good and hope and kindness and peace. So I like Christmas. I like it a lot. I think it's a good holiday. I like to celebrate it with my family, and I think some of the songs and movies are good. But I do also sort of get what Francis is saying. Like, how can you celebrate a tradition based in love and peace when there is so much war and hate in the world at the moment? How? How can we? How? Well, maybe it is all a charade. Maybe the commercialisation of an ancient holiday is a charade in itself. Maybe the loss of the true history and the true meaning of a holiday is a charade. Maybe the fact that in Australia we celebrate Christmas by putting up a plastic version of a tree that doesn't even grow here and sitting inside and pretending it's snowing outside. Just watch the movie. It's snowing in the movie, so it's snowing. Just use your imagination. I think the only way we could make Christmas more of a charade is if we all go on Amazon and buy the Christmas charade box. So for $16.92, you too can have hours of fantastic fun. You too can have hours of fantastic fun for $16.92. That's got to be the worst pun that I've ever heard. It sounds like satanic. I don't think you get to tell someone else if they can enjoy Christmas or not. I don't think you can reserve that right. I think you should enjoy Christmas in your own way, and I think to cancel it like the Grinch is sort of negative. And it's sort of the kind of mentality that creates sadness and turmoil and misery in the world. Anyway, telling people what they can and can't believe. So, all I want is to celebrate guilt-free my tradition at Christmas, which is sitting at home in my pajamas watching Love Actually with a box of tissues next to me. It's my right. It's my God-given right. Now, if I can't celebrate that guilt-free, then I don't know. I'm not going to tell you not to celebrate however the hell you celebrate Christmas. Now, that's it from me this week. I'm Jack Middleton. Happy Christmas, and celebrate it however you like.
Western Australia is steadily producing more and more independent films. The latest thriller to be filmed right here in Western Australia is called Lurking Woods, and Melissa Gurney had the pleasure of attending the premiere.
Outside Point Cinema Complex in Carousel, Cannington, and I feel very privileged to be invited along to the red carpet premiere of Lurking Woods, a thriller movie unleashed upon us by Rodman Pictures.
I don't think we have many thrillers made in WA through a WA production, and of course we're going to showcase a little bit of our location.
Yes. And I understand Rodman Pictures prides itself on utilising Western Australian actors, which is fantastic.
Absolutely, but of course you have to have that burning passion in yourself to let it out.
Entirely shot in Australia, in Perth, and also we have local talent from WA.
Well, WA has got some awesome actors out there. I mean, some absolutely amazing actors that people don't get to see. And that's what Rodman is all about. We want to use local people.
There was a lot of room for us to develop our own characters, to find out who we were. So we spend a lot of time as a team developing and studying together and helping each other out. So I learned so much from being with everyone else, and then, the end production was not what I expected. It was fantastic.
In just a few keywords, what do the audience expect to see when they watch this film?
I'll use the first word as awesome. It's a suspense thriller, so we want to keep people on the edge of their seats.
I'm scared. Subtle, each scene that I wish them to be.
I hope that they'll be scared out of their minds. I actually hope that they will enjoy the film and they'll be able to connect with the characters, especially the main ones.
They'll be at the edge of their seats. It's pretty thrilling, pretty exciting.
Excited, yeah. Oh yeah, come in. Suspense.
Bring a friend and hold someone's hand. It's meant to be the scary one, so...
If you like suspense and you like mystery.
We want people second guessing all the way who it was.
Guys, I've done something really terrible. I met this guy. He was a hired man. For any favors. Even killing. I told him about you guys. About the trip. I tried to call it off, but he said he always finishes once he's been paid. Get out. Whatever you do, get the hell out of that place.
For all inquiries and to order your copy of this movie, visit rodmanpictures.com.au. Melissa Gurney for Undercurrent.
I hope you've enjoyed this week's program. I'm Lucy Nichol, and I will see you next week, same time, same place, on Western Australia's current affairs program, Undercurrent.